Hey, my name is Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about water. One of the first steps that I took in my transformation from a severely struggling narcoleptic to a completely awake, alert, and vibrant person with absolutely none of the narcolepsy symptoms that I suffered previously, and how I'm doing it without any medication. As always, let me start by saying that I am not a medical doctor. I don't practice medicine and I don't work in the medical field. And I'm not encouraging you to try any or all of these things that I discuss in these videos. I'm simply telling you about my own personal experiences and what seemed to have worked for me. I'm just a regular guy who's experienced a pretty miraculous change in his life, and I want to share it with anyone who's interested in knowing what happened. If you haven't already, please go back and watch the first video in this series for the backstory and more details about how this remarkable change came about in the first place. I'll leave a link in the description. So let's dive into water. Right out of the gate, you're probably thinking that water can't possibly be the reason for such a drastic change. And you may be right, but let's look at this more closely. Researchers say that our body weight is made up of between 50 and 75% water, and personally, I feel this number is even higher. So, if nothing else, I think it's safe to assume that effective hydration is critical to the proper operation and maintenance of just about every function in our bodies, especially our brains. I know for me, dehydration causes my brain to slow down, and I also experience fatigue, dizziness, confusion, low energy, poor concentration. I'm more tired, and it really has a negative effect on my short-term and long-term memory. All of these also just so happen to correspond to how I felt for most of my life as I struggled with narcolepsy. So water is an obvious stop for us to make on our journey. Prior to my kidney stones, I know that I didn't drink nearly enough water, and that's likely the major reason that I've suffered from kidney stones for as long as I have. Today, I drink so much more water. Some days I hit the hydration goal that my doctor set for me, and some days I don't. And on the days that I don't, I can tell pretty quickly that the functioning in my entire system seems to nosedive. And it stays that way until I have a chance to rehydrate to where I need to be. Again, since I'm not a medical doctor, I can't tell you exactly how much water you should be drinking. That's a conversation you need to have with your doctor prior to even thinking about starting this. For me, I try to drink a gallon of water each day. Since I've been routinely drinking more water, I found that I feel more alert and I'm sharper mentally. I'm more decisive. My memory is much better, and I really never feel out of it like I used to. And my body feels much better overall with little to no fatigue and soreness. I've also found that for me, the type of water that I drink can make a huge difference depending on the situation. After a hard workout or anytime I feel dehydrated, it seems that no matter how much tap water or standard bottled water that I drink, I can never seem to feel hydrated again. That completely changes when I drink alkaline water in those situations. Now, according to an April 2022 article in U.S. News and World Report, alkaline water is defined by its pH level, which is a measure of how acidic or alkaline a liquid is. Regular tap water or spring water has a neutral pH of about 7, while most alkaline waters that you'll see in stores have a pH of 8 or 9. Alkaline waters also contain minerals such as calcium, potassium, magnesium, and bicarbonate. Again, this is just from my personal experience, but it seems like the alkaline water kickstarts my rehydration and then allows me to switch back over to the common water to finish it. So given the list of results of dehydration, which seem to correlate so closely with those of narcolepsy, we would be remiss in overlooking good old H2O and hydration as elements each one of us needs to become much more attuned to going forward. I'll talk more about water and some of its unique and amazing causes and effects in a later video. So there you have it. Drinking lots of water and staying hydrated was the first step for me along the way to ridding myself of all of my narcolepsy symptoms. Again, I am not saying that drinking more water was the change that freed me from narcolepsy, but I truly believe that based on the amount of water in our bodies and our brains, that it's likely a critical piece to the puzzle. Before I forget, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with people in your narcolepsy support groups so that we can reach as many people as possible with this life-changing video series. Now, let me leave you with a question. When you finally rid yourself of narcolepsy symptoms, in what aspect of your life are you going to feel the biggest change? Please leave your response in the comments. Until next time, stay awake, alert, and vibrant.